Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. In today's tutorial, I'll teach you how to color natural, realistic blonde hair using the Color Therapy app. Using a combo of the flat brush and pencil tool, I'll show you how to effortlessly create this natural blonde look. If you want to follow along, search for hair in the search box. So start off by going into the Brown 2 palette, select Gradient, and then you want to select the 5th color on the last row. It's a blonde tone. Make sure that the gradient is radial, so it's lighter in the middle, and tap to fill in the hair. Now select the flat brush tool. Set the size and opacity at 100, and then set Coloring Inside the Lines mode to on. Now in the same palette, select Solid, and let's choose the 4th color on the bottom row. So we're gonna color in the roots, so zoom in there, just softly blending and brushing upward towards the roots in each section. Let's also do that to the bottoms of the bangs, and I'm just swiping down, as well as areas where the hair is overlapping or there's a shadow, such as where it would be going behind the ears, etc. We're also going to add a little bit next to the cheeks too, just like that. And you can make those lines a bit uneven too, so you're not going perfectly straight across. We'll just add a little bit to the ends of the hair too. Now select the 3rd color from the right on the last row of that same palette, and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to just start to blend that in a little bit. So what I'm doing is just adding a quick stroke in between the blonde and the brown, just to help blend those strokes. And some strokes, again, can be longer or shorter. And then now select the very 1st color on the top row. We're going to add in really dark roots just at the base of those roots. And we'll also add that into where the ears are, so just behind the head and where the ears overlap the hair. And if you need to, you can blend going back with that blonde color we used. So it's the 5th color on the bottom row. If you need to add it in here and there to help blend it, go ahead. It is a little bit darker than the gradient color, but it's gonna work really well to blend it. And you can add that in for another layer of blending next to the brown areas. Now let's add in the highlights. So go to the brown palette and select the last color. Zoom in on the bangs. Let's add it into the middle of the bangs. And I'm just going in quick short strokes, going across the bangs and across the head as well, where the bangs go. And we're also gonna have a natural highlight just down here. It's a little below the chin. So add those vertical lines. And then to make it really bright, zoom in again, and let's add just a white highlight at the very middle of that area you just did. Now it's really bright. And do the same thing in that highlight area you also added below the chin. Now let's start to add some details in. So go to the pencil tool, set the size at 1 and opacity at 100. We're gonna use the same colors to draw strands throughout the hair. So you can either resample the color and just start adding in long strands, or just select it from the palette. So switch off here and there. Use some blonde throughout the hair, or you can use the darker brown, and just basically follow the lines in the template that are already there. Make sure to go with the curve of the hair. Now we do want to smear some areas using the smear tool. Set the opacity at 100 and the size at 30. And then just in a few areas, just blend and smear the colors and the strokes that you did. So it just softens a few areas, but you don't have to do the whole thing. So you want to blend up and down, just blending vertically. Then we'll go back to the pencil tool again, and we'll add in some strokes again, just to keep that sharp, realistic look of the strands. You also want to turn Coloring Inside the Lines mode to off, and you can add a few strokes and strands of hair that are just coming off the hair a little bit, so it's not perfect. For curly hair, you'll add more highlights and shadows with each section that overlaps. You can also use these steps for brunette hair. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.